Hi everyone, welcome to All Inspired. My name's Amanda. If you're new here and on my channel, and I like to do a lot of homemaking content, and hopefully along the way I will inspire you as well. And we're going to go ahead and tackle my home today. We had a sleepover last night. There was 5 girls here, and then we headed out on Sunday to a friend's house to go swimming and have a good time and barbecue and all that fun stuff. And so our house is quite messy. Do you guys consider this messy? I've gotten a lot of comments before when I say my house is messy or trashed. People will say it's not messy, but for me, it is quite messy. What is your guys' level of messiness? How messy do you think my house is on a scale of 1 to 10? I typically just have high anxiety when the house is a mess. I often will want to create a mental checklist of all the things that I need to do, and I know that it is not logical for me to actually be able to keep track of everything that needs to be done in my head. And so to relieve some of my anxiety, what I really like to do is just go ahead and make out a list and prioritize. Every day is a little bit different, and every day there are things that really have to be done that particular day for any certain reason, and there's things that could wait. And so making a list and then prioritizing them really works out beneficial to me. But today, what I am going to focus on is this main level, getting it all tidied and cleaned up, getting all of the grime wiped down and picked up, and just get this house completely reset for a new week.
Take me away. I'm okay if I got you. We don't have to stay. We can do what we want to. Just give a little bit of your heart. Give a little bit of your heart to me. All of my scars start to heal when I'm with you, and I can't explain how I feel when I'm with you. Just give a little bit of your heart. Give a little bit of your heart to me. Just come give me all your love. I want you to know we can make it together. Let the wind blow. All we need is each other. Come take my hand. You're all that I have now. I won't let you go. 'Cause I found all the answers in you.
I'm actually going to go ahead and start in the front entryway. We have some sticky fingerprints all over here. Like I said, we had 5 girls over for a sleepover, including our 2 girls as well, but it was a lot of fun, and the girls just had a good time. They had silly string. We put a tent on the back deck and just made it a really, really fun time for them. But I need to go ahead and get all of this cleaned up and get it all wiped down, get all these sticky fingerprints. I don't even know what's going on here. We often like to have sleepovers at our house. The kids really enjoy it. I will put together a little basket. There was one time I didn't do it. The girls was like, "Where's our snack basket?" But I'll usually put together a little basket of snacks and waters and different things like that, and they'll go hang out in their room and veg out and play games and laugh and be silly and have a good time. This time we just went ahead and set up a tent, and I threw some blankets in there for them, and they ran around the yard playing flashlight tag. They were just having a good old time.
That I could close my eyes and drift into a comforting sleep as I lie here beneath my sheets, thinking about what could have been and all the moments that I've missed. But one thing that I'm sure of is that you are the one, the only one for me. It's hard to sleep at night. I lie here waiting for the sunrise while I'm contemplating my life, and I still can't close my eyes, thinking about what could have been.
I'm going to move right along into my living room. We were building forts and all that, and we had all these blankets in the tent, and so we just folded them up, and I'm just going to go ahead and get all this tidied and put away. You guys can see there's presents over on the fireplace. My daughter actually turned 20 years old. I know, it's crazy. It just blows my mind. But yes, I do. I have a 20-year-old daughter. I was 18 when I had her. And so that shows my age, but don't tell nobody. But yes, I did have a daughter very, very young, and she's 20 years old, and I'm so ungodly grateful for her. I actually do have endometriosis, and I'm almost certain by the time she was like 2 or 3, I was completely unable to have children. I have already had a hysterectomy, and so I do not believe I was able to have children by the time she was 2 and 3. I attempted to have another one, and it did not work out for me. And that's all fine and dandy. I'm happy with the child that I have, and I have 2 wonderful stepchildren, and so I'm very, very happy with our blended family. But my daughter has turned 20, and we also had another important birthday to me in September. September 1st was my mom's birthday, and my mom actually passed away in 2007. And she had breast cancer. When she was diagnosed, it was already stage 4. And she did the chemo, the radiation, the surgery. She did everything. And it was 3 years. And it spread into her lungs, which then took her life. So she fought really, really hard for 3 years. But it was just, it took a toll on her. And it was really hard. And when you are diagnosed that advanced, I mean, hers was stage 4, it's really, really hard to fight it. And while my mom was going through her double biopsy, I think that's what you say, but either way, that's when my sister passed away. And so my mom, she would basically say, you know, the cancer's hard, but there's no amount of pain that equates to losing your child. It was really, really, really hard for my mom. It was really hard for all of us, but it was really difficult for my mom. And I believe the reason that she fought for so long was for my daughter. My daughter was 3 when she passed away, and my mom loved my daughter so much. And they just had a wonderful relationship, and I'm pretty sure my daughter was what kept her going and kept her strong and kept her able to fight. I don't know that she would have been able to make it 3 years if I didn't have my daughter. Right after my sister passed away, like 3 months later, I delivered my daughter. My sister passed away. Actually, no, 1 month. My sister passed away in August, and I delivered my daughter in September.
Words be spoken, and I'll let my mind be carried by the waves. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. Sunshine in the day.
I didn't anticipate getting so worked up. I just needed a quick moment to collect myself. The reason why I bring this up is because although I don't wish the loss that I've suffered on anyone ever, it has changed who I am and taught me some very, very valuable lessons that I would like to share with you guys as well. And so one of the first things that it has really taught me is the importance of being present in the moment. I know a lot of people can do like mindful meditation where they pay very close attention, and that's essentially what I'm talking about. But it's when you're engaged with your loved ones, making sure that you set aside that time at a family gathering, even if you're hosting, just take a little bit of time to go around, socialize, be in the moment, be present with your children. just be present, goof around and play and have a good time and just know, and you can do it anywhere. My husband and the youngest daughter go around the store and talk in a British accent just for fun. They'll do it the whole entire time they're walking around the store, but it's just, he's not in his own head. He's not thinking about the list of things that he needs to get. He already has the list in front of him. He's not thinking about anything else. He has a routine where he'll have his whole list ready. He'll go out to the grocery store. He'll know exactly what he's going to get. So that way, when they're going around frivolously, just picking up the items that they need and putting it in the cart, they're goofing around and talking in this British accent. And it makes her feel seen and heard. It makes her feel like her father is present with her. And those little moments are the ones that they will never forget, and you will never forget. Just a regular trip to the grocery store is not very memorable. However, if you do something that engages with the people that you're shopping with and makes it feel like you're both present in the moment, that'll be something that you'll never forget. And so that is just one of those really, really important things that I have learned over the years that truly helps me. I would love to say that suffering from loss is just something that you'll be okay with, but it's not. My mom has been gone since 2007, so it's been a very long time, and you still miss them. You still wonder what it would be like. And my sister was so young that we didn't even know who she was as an adult. I mean, she was only 20 years old, and my daughter's 20 years old right now. And so she just hadn't even developed and flourished into her own self yet. She was still very young. And so I often wonder who she would be as a grown-up and where our relationship would be, because I was only 17. And so I promise you, being present in those little moments, I still have moments from a very long time ago that I very vividly remember of my mom and my sister. And it's just because I think my mom was the one that showed me to be present in the moment, but I just don't think I knew what was happening when I was young. But my mom would often tickle us and play fight with us and wrestle and stuff like that. And she did that with my daughter as well. And so I think she was the one that taught us all to be present from a very, very young age. And then when I lost her, it just resonated with me so deeply. How many people out there have ever practiced mindful meditation or just intentionally have tried to be present in the moment? How does it make you guys feel? And what are your thoughts about it? Comment down below and let me know.
Tell me what it feels like to let go of everything you thought you'd ever known. All of the promises they broke. Tell me what it feels like to let go. Tell me what it feels like to break free, when all of the things you thought you needed, they turn into dust and make believe. Tell me what it feels like to break free.
did move right along into my kitchen area. You guys don't see this area a ton on here, and it's really just because I don't like it. I love the layout. It's really easy to come in here and food prep and cook and things like that. Our kitchen is the shape of a U, and everything has really pretty good access, except for the trash cans in a random spot, but it's the only place we could put it. However, I'm not a fan of the style. It's just not my taste. I understand it has granite countertops, and so many people love the countertops so much. What do you guys think? They're not for me. I would much rather have white countertops. I would much rather have white cabinets. It's not my favorite aesthetically. Even the backsplash doesn't look too terrible from where you're at, but it's not quite level all the way throughout. And the grout, it's just, you can see right here, it's discolored in some areas. Some areas it's like a light beige color, and some areas it's really, really dark. And so it's really just not my taste. I would like to get in here and do some improvements in here. I think my husband and I are gonna do some DIYs. We may end up painting the bottom cabinets, painting the top cabinets, but what you can do is go through a company and they will sell you cabinet doors, and then they sell you the paint that comes with the cabinet doors. So it's up to you. You can have them paint it and then send it to you, or you can just have the paint sent to you. So what my plan is to order new cabinet doors, go ahead and have them send the paint so that we can paint all of the cabinets and the cabinet doors the exact same color so that they perfectly match, and basically we'll just be refacing the cabinets that we already have because they're in good shape. There's nothing really wrong with them. We need to do a little bit of improvements. I think my husband's gonna go ahead and build custom shelves for in there just because he's really crafty and he can do it, and we just want some really sturdy, durable shelves. But that way we're going so much less inexpensive by doing it ourselves rather than ordering whole new cabinets, because that can get extremely pricey. And then I was really considering going ahead and epoxying the countertops. I know some people are probably like, what? Except for I wouldn't do it myself. I would hire someone. I am actually have owned a cleaning company, and I've done construction cleans for a really long time, and that's pretty much all I do now. And I have worked for this contractor, and I have seen his work, and when he epoxies the countertops, they look incredible. They just looked so good. The last time I went to one of his rebuilds or remodels, it looked like stone. I could not tell that it wasn't stone. It was so phenomenal. And I really have this conflict because I just can't see epoxying granite countertops. So I think what I'm gonna do, just like upstairs in our bathroom, I sold some of the things that were in there, and I wasn't sure if they would sell or if I would have to end up listing them for free. I'm going to list the countertops and see if they'll sell. I'm hoping that maybe somebody has a condo or apartment, or maybe they're building an area in their basement or something where they can get these countertops to work for them, because I don't want to epoxy over them, and I do not want to get rid of them because so many people do like them. They're just not my personal style. Have you guys ever done any epoxying over the countertops? Have you had any good experiences? I've seen quite a few YouTubers that have done it, and the only complaint I've ever heard is that over time it turns yellow. So that's one of my biggest worries, and why I would prefer just to go ahead and hire a professional. Still, hiring a professional is going to be significantly lower than if you were to go out and buy quartz countertops. The real stone countertops are just very expensive, and so I was just trying to find a way to get the same look but for a lot less of the money. So do you guys have any experiences with that? The only thing I haven't seen is long-term use. Like I said, I go into these construction cleans, so it was just done. I've never went back and saw long-term use of how they hold up over time. Is there anyone that has had a professional come out and epoxy their countertops, and do they really last? They don't turn yellow, there's no staining or anything like that? I've done a little bit of research, and from my understanding, as long as you do it exactly right, you shouldn't have any issues. So I'm really curious to see how that would turn out. But I'm just gonna keep moving along. I went up front, I got the front entryway clean. I'm gonna wipe down the glass. I'm just gonna go around to the whole main level and just make sure that I get everything cleaned and tidied up. We had actually put a tent on this back deck for the kids, just a fun thing to do. I just threw up a regular tent that we had, and I threw in some blankets in there and some pillows, and we had flashlights out there so they can run around and play flashlight tag. And so they were outside till about 9 o'clock at night. It gets dark around 7:30, so they played for like an hour and a half, and then they came inside. But there is just little sticky marks and fingerprints and all the things on this glass door, so I just want to go ahead and get it completely cleaned.
There's something different about the way we are. I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line.
The girls all came down, they had cinnamon rolls, and now the table's nice and sticky and gooey and gross. And so I'm gonna get everything cleared off, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it wiped down really thoroughly. But I have mentioned previously or earlier on in this video that I often practice like being present while I'm with people. I don't often do it by myself, and I've never really experimented with that. I tried doing meditation. It was really hard for me. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a walk, and I'm just gonna try to practice like mindful meditation, just seeing how I feel, like the temperature, the different senses. I'm just want to use all 5 of my senses and go for like a quick 20-minute, 30-minute walk, and then come back home, and I'm going to write down everything in my walk that I experienced. I'm just curious to see if I experience so much more when I'm intentional about it. I am almost positive that I will. But I wanted to just go ahead and do that. And then what I'll do is in my next video, I'll read to you guys or share with you guys what my walk was and how the experience was. And then maybe we can spark up a conversation in the comments just talking about it. I really think that this is one of those things that just makes life so much better and so much more wonderful if you can practice being present in the moments. And so many things catch our attention, and it is so easy to be distracted. I am not oblivious to that, but I just think that it is so powerful when you can practice being mindful and present, not only with the ones you love, but also with yourself, and so that you can be in touch with yourself and know exactly how you're feeling. We've just had like a stressful season in our life, just like everybody does. You know, you have your ups and downs and you go through stressful times, and I'm just trying to work through some ways that I can alleviate stress in a simple way. And so I really want to try this and see how it works out. And so I'm going to do this. I'm going to write everything down, and then in my next video, I'm going to share with you guys exactly how it went. I think that'll be a fun little thing to do. I wanted to show you the current state of my floor. It is rather messy and has a lot of debris, and so I went ahead and turned on my dream robot vac. I ordered this during Prime Day. It was one of the best things I've ever ordered. This thing works so wonderful. It gets the floor nice and clean. I wouldn't say it's the best on carpet. It gets our rugs cleaned, but I love it for the main floor. It keeps everything clean, and I use this at least once or twice a day. It is a great product. If you guys are in the market, I highly suggest looking during some of the upcoming sales that they'll have, potentially Prime Day and or Thanksgiving time. It would be a really great investment to get it when it's on sale. But here's a little overview on how the home looks. I went ahead and got everything tidied up and ready for this next week ahead. This is a Sunday and we have a busy week coming up, so the house is nice and clean. I wanted to show you guys this painting. I'm actually going to spruce this up and add a little bit to it. I loved the way that it looked, but I felt like it wasn't completely my style, so I'm going to change it up in an upcoming video and see what I can do to make it look a little bit more my style. But I just wanted you guys to take a little look. The house is clean, it's reset. Now I need to go ahead and get upstairs and get that tidied up so that we're ready to go on. But I'm just going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it.